Hey there, Ali Juzette here, and today is day 8 of our March 2025 Eclipse portal, and today is all about consequences. Yesterday we had the astrological New Year, Happy New Year, and today there is a big highlight on harvests, which is kind of an interesting dynamic. The harvest season is usually at the end or like towards the end of the year, and today we're kicking off the astrological New Year with a big emphasis on harvests. What is one message of that? It's going to be that probably this entire year between now and the middle of March of 2026, there's going to be a lot of karmic comeuppance. What does that mean? It means that we are going to see a lot of consequences showing up in this year from decisions of the past. And some of these decisions are decisions that were made weeks ago, years ago, decades ago, possibly even centuries ago, depending on the level that we're dealing with, because all of these energies affect us all personally, but also globally and geopolitically. So we're just going to keep a good eye on those harvests. We are about halfway through this eclipse window where we have 18 months worth of spiritual growth possible in just 2 weeks. So hopefully you feel like you have been engaging with this window of time in a way that feels good to you. I don't think you need to push yourself really hard. I don't think you need to go crazy taking advantage of the energy, unless you want to. If you want to, you can. And if you don't feel like that, just resting through it and allowing the energy to wash over you, that's good enough too. So, um, whatever you do with these 2 weeks, I just hope that it feels like the right choice to your body. Today, the moon is trining Saturn, highlighting the law of the harvest. And remember that the lunar eclipse that kicked off this eclipse portal had the sun and Saturn right next to each other. This is a really big emphasis on Saturn in this year. Um, so karma involves the idea that as you sow, so shall ye reap. If you plant an apple seed, you can only harvest apples. If you plant skunk cabbage, you can only harvest a skunk cabbage. So the big question today is, what have we planted? What are we reaping? How will we let this knowledge influence our future decisions? And how will we let this knowledge change us today? Okay, here we have Saturn conjunct the part of fortune right here at 23 degrees of Pisces today. This is going to be extra blessings on our ability to discern our own harvests and the role that we've played in the creation of our own experience. So basically today is an extra powerful day to sit there and say, okay, God, tell me what's what. How did I create the situation that I am in? How did my decisions influence what I'm experiencing right now? Okay, that I don't know, that's the message of today. This is going to be a really good time to do that. Here's the moon. This is the square that's there's so much stuff going on in here that these go with this mark, even though it looks like they belong over here. Everybody has the chance to grow from an eclipse window, but not everybody uses that chance, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit today. During an eclipse window, everyone in the whole world has situations show up organically. We don't have to try for this to happen. We don't have to know that it's happening. We just get to show up and live our lives. Things are going to show up on their own to help everybody in the world notice what they need to change or heal or lean into for the next stage of their life journey, for both the next 6 months, the next 18 months, and for basically the next 18 years. Um, Man, the stuff that happens in this window of time can be really significant, but not everybody realizes this, and a lot of people don't choose to learn the lesson. Okay, so just choosing to learn the lesson that is presented to us is extremely powerful. As we look at our days today, let's choose to be open to seeing some truths about ourselves that may not be comfortable. It's counterintuitive, but feeling the acute discomfort of finding out where we were wrong and setting it right actually makes our lives easier and more comfortable in the long run. So it is safe to be brave and choose to see what we don't want to see. As an example of how everybody has the chance to learn a lesson and not everybody uses that chance, one story I've been thinking about a lot in the past day or so has been of this time that my mother took in a homeless person, and she'd known this person for like a very long time, and so had I. Like, our family had known this person for a long time. She was on the streets, having this terrible life. my mom had her come stay in the guest bedroom, and she had a lot of opportunities to learn some serious lessons and turn her life around. And I will tell you, did she do that? No. She doubled down on all the problems that made her homeless in the first place. And at the end of the story, my mom was getting tired of this, and she just said, "Okay, look." Yeah, and here, my mom said it really kindly. She said, "Hey, friend, um, I think that it's getting to be the time that we need to sit down and figure out some next steps. What is your next move, after you're done here with me, where let's figure out kind of a long-term strategy." So my mom says this, she probably says it at dinner time, and by breakfast the next day, this girl is gone. She is gone. And has she left a mess behind? Oh yeah, she did. But she couldn't even bear to have such a conversation. She didn't want to look at herself. She didn't want to look at the truth. She didn't want to look at how her own decisions were playing into this. She didn't want to take responsibility for herself, um, to change anything or to sort anything out. And I don't know if that happened during an eclipse portal. Now that I know about these things, it would not surprise me one bit if that happened during the 2-week eclipse portal that year. But she, this is something that people do. People do this. People all over the world, and I do this, and you have done this, where we have been given fantastic opportunities to change something in our lives, and we look it in the eye and say, yeah, no thanks. I think I'm just going to keep doing my bad choice even harder. And so as you're looking around at the people around you, maybe pay attention to where people are doubling down on their bad decisions. And for ourselves, you and me, we need to be extra careful that we do not do that. We need to not double down on our bad decisions. We need to be open to realizing where we are wrong and changing. Here are some journaling questions for all of us. I recommend screenshotting these and then writing them down in your journal and writing down what comes to your mind. And this will be a really powerful journaling exercise if you use it that way. Number one, what am I currently harvesting? Okay, what things are happening in your life right now that you are experiencing? Number two, when did I plant these seeds? How is what I'm harvesting now the result of a symbolic seed that I planted in the past? Okay. Number three, how much of a role have I played in the creation of the outcomes I am experiencing? Now, this is a difficult question because a lot of times we play a much bigger role in our outcomes than we want to acknowledge. So I hope that we can all be open to some radical honesty, even if it's not comfortable. And then that brings us to number four. What uncomfortable truth have I been avoiding about myself? Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, guys. Okay. What uncomfortable truth have we all been avoiding about ourselves? Just being willing to ask that question is going to really make a big difference in your life. Okay. When we face our uncomfortable truths, it takes enormous emotional maturity, um, and it's hard and it's ugly and it is not fun. But if you can figure out the uncomfortable truth about yourself and fix it by yourself, in partnership with God, wow, that is going to save you so much time, so much energy, so much weird relationship drama. Other people are not going to feel like they have to come to you and be like, hey, buddy, did you know this uncomfortable thing about yourself? The more that we take responsibility for uncovering the things that need to go inside of ourselves, the less other people feel like they have to correct us, the less God has to correct us. Like when we stop living at the mercy of other people's noticing what's wrong with us, and we start looking within, partnering with God, and being really proactive about it, this shifts everything. And it makes our lives so much easier. It helps us make progress so much faster. And it's just really smart. Everything is here to bless you. Okay. All of the consequences that come up for us today and in this eclipse portal are here to bless us. The things that are happening right now are for your good, even if it doesn't feel like it. It is a blessing for you. And our job is to figure out, um, if there's something that we are not loving right now, what it is that we need to change and address in our lives so that we can have those better lives. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out allyduzetclasses.com. I'm trying to record some new sessions during this portal, so go there to find out what they are. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. We are making some amazing progress, and I'm really excited for all of us. Remember that no matter what is going on in the world at large, you do not have to experience emotional upheaval. You can stay grounded and calm and find peace in your relationship with our Creator, no matter what is going on in the bigger picture. And I just wanted to invite you to remember that today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.